Hello, party survivors and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. It is Thankful Thursday, and I am thankful for flowers. It's spring. You're seeing all kinds of flowers blooming and growing, and it's so refreshing and exciting to see all the beautiful colors, the pinks and the purples and the yellows. I was at the dog park today, and I don't know what kind of tree it is, but it has these purpley flowers. I think they're like little bells, and they were falling down, and they were all around the ground, and I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. I'm so thankful for flowers. So I'm going to go over 8 incredible health benefits of flowers to start. I have two articles that I want to share with you. This one is at topicaltalks.com. Topical talks. Okay, here, 8 incredible health benefits of flowers. Okay, so jasmines, begonias, scented geraniums, the African violet, and peace lilies. There are just but a few of the great flowers you could add to your home. Their beauty, scent, and style always add a pop to your home. So what else can they do for you? Boost of mind. Whether male or female, a flower can spark happiness in anyone. Studies reveal that flowers are the #1 gift choice to send to anyone, not by virtue of being cheap or readily available, but their effects on people bring out the spirit of positivity. Even just replacing flowers or gardening can help improve your mood. And that's so true. Like when somebody gives you flowers, you're like, oh, thank you, because they're so pretty and they're beautiful and they're full of life and energy. You can feel it, you can see it. And, even if it's just like one rose, like somebody gives you just one rose, and it makes you feel so good, and special, and their beauty, and, you're reflecting in the beauty of life, and in Mother Nature, and in our higher power, like giving us all these beautiful things to embrace and enjoy. Okay, effective memory aid. A deep look into the psychology of people, you will see that people tap into their memory differently. While others connect to what they saw or heard, others could remember by their sense of smell. Aha! A recent study reveals that the sense of smell is greatly linked to Alzheimer's disease. Using the peanut butter test, sense of smell can improve or reveal any signs of the disease. The scents and smells from flowers have strong triggers that tap into one's memory faster than anything else. This explains why the elderly engage in flower gardening plenty of times. The activities and exposure to smells keeps them aware of their surroundings. That is very, very interesting. So this is true, because when I smell garden roses, I think of my grandma's garden immediately, because she would have the most gorgeous roses, and the kind that smelled really, really good. So that memory always pops up. Also, it's not lilies. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. They're little white flowers. It's jasmine. Yes, it's jasmine. And I used to live in Westwood. Is a neighborhood in Los Angeles, and I would run up in the hills. If you go straight up Westwood, you're going to be in Beverly Hills. So I would run in those hills, and I could smell the jasmine. So whenever I smell jasmine, I think of like when I was training for the marathon, running through those hills. And lilies, of course, because my mother loves lilies, and so did my sister. So lilies always brings back really happy memories of Easter, and just like when my mom would come visit and my sister would come visit, I always make sure that I had lilies and roses. So there's just 3 of my own that I just thought of like right now. So it's true. Memories and flowers and the aroma go together. Okay. Greet, stress, great. I think that's supposed to be great. Again, the typos. It's so interesting. Great stress reliever. That's right. It says GREET. So I think they need to put an A in there, but never mind. Let's move forward. It's a stress reliever. After a long day of work, you yearn for a hot cup of tea, maybe a hot shower, and a cozy bed. With over 32% of people experiencing stress daily. 32% only? I think it's higher than that. And a higher percentage, like to women, flowers come in handy here. Luckily, after much experiment and surveying, flowers have become the best remedy. The scent of jasmine precisely has earned its credit as an instant stress reliever for many. I did not read this before, so jasmine just popped up. A good example is a cup of tea. An aroma from jasmine tea to chamomile tea is a great relaxer. Fresh scents of flowers in the bathroom could transform it from just an ordinary bath into a soothing bath. Also lavender. That flower makes me think immediately spa, lavender massage, lavender jacuzzi after the massage. Like lavender is like, oh, that's my spa smell. Okay, increased drive in relationship. Increases drive in relationship. Okay, in a relationship. Even wondered why people go on special dates and special places with an array of flowers? Better yet, why couples exchange flowers every now and then? Flowers have their spot in boosting people's moods, but they're also a great comforter for relationships. They trigger certain psychological emotions in the body that causes one to be more compassionate, loving, and subjective. They also bring about understanding and a relaxed feeling while being with your partner. Flowers, too, can increase the sexual drive in relationship where one sees their partner more desirable and attractive. Erotic flowers, such as roses, bring about arousal and sexual feelings in people. Okay, so whenever I see, it's like Friday night and I see somebody at the grocery store and they're grabbing like a bouquet of roses and blah, 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 and I'm like, it's date night tonight. So, roses and wine do go together, and I just think that when you're in a relationship and you bring home flowers, it's just a really simple and enduring way to say I love you. I love you, and I want to share these beautiful roses with you, or you remind me of these roses, or this is how you make me feel, and in turn that person will respond favorably in most cases. So women love getting roses and flowers. It depends on your favorite flower, but whenever I have company, whenever somebody's coming into town, I always make sure when I go to the airport I have flowers for celebrations. I love flowers, so every celebration I have a lot of flowers, and I usually always have flowers here. I get roses and then I cut them down and I put them in little vases because I think that looks really, really cute and they last longer. But I've always loved roses, all the different colors of roses, especially the ones that have really big rose heads and then they bloom. They're so even garden roses, or especially garden roses, because those ones have really that strong sense of smell, which I love. I just think that roses are so beautiful, just like petal after petal, and I just think they're beautiful. I think all flowers are beautiful, but my favorites are not necessarily red, but there's one variety called Circus, and it's like yellow with like burnt orange red on the tips of it, and that's one of my favorite roses. Okay, remedy to insomnia. Can't sleep? See what they have to say. Sleeping problems have become a major concern for people. Some people link this problem to conditions like obstructive sleep apnea, hypertension, and even diabetes. They seek medical assistance like pills to aid them to sleep. Flowers can aid with sleeping. Placing them by the nightstand allows for a peaceful environment for you to sleep. They can release headaches or tensions that cause insomnia among people. Certain flowers add a touch of tranquility, which is essential for a good night's sleep for even the recommended time of 8 hours a day. Environment, peaceful environment, and allows you to relax and release tension, headaches. That's really good to know. Some flowers have a really, really strong, like lilies. Some people can't handle the smell of lilies because they're so strong. But I would definitely try this if you're having trouble going to sleep. And if you have a headache or if you have all kinds of stress and tension, why not give it a shot? Improves the healing process. Are you listening, fighter survivors? Are you listening? The perfect gift to offer an invalid is a flower. An invalid, wow, that's okay. How about the perfect gift to offer somebody who's not feeling well is a flower? I'm going to change that up a little bit. Could be a bunch, it could be a bunch or just a stick. It's the thought that counts. Just a stick of flowers. Flowers are an emotional boost. While one is offered a flower, the thought that someone cares and is looking out for you gives a reason to persevere through. Wow. Oh, wow. This is very interesting. I'm going to have to let them know that I proofread their article. The thought that someone cares and is looking out for you gives one a reason to persevere through illness. Aha! There we go. Gives a reason for somebody to persevere through illness. So they're saying giving flowers will help people feel motivated to get through illness. It definitely lifts you up and makes you feel better, 100%. The mind gets more relaxed and receptive to medication. It is rewired to acknowledge healing, which then transcends to improving the healing process. The flowers may not heal physical pain, but psychologically attributes physical healing to emotional stability. Your healing starts from within once you are relaxed. Okay. I agree with that. Activates the brain. Short, trimmed, and multicolored flowers placed in working environments can increase brain activity by allowing people to think more creatively and openly. Probably due to their look, the sophistication or air purification, but are the perfect mind setters. The multicolored flowers packed in working environments. Okay, probably due to their look, the multicolored flowers, trimmed and multicolored, their sophistication or air purification, but are the perfect mind setters. As they are good relaxers, they can also aid in productivity. One can be able to think clearly and respond faster to stimuli and work. A more productive mind will then lead to more success at work, school, or other activities. They are also food for reducing fatigue, breaking the cycle of norm and boring. Flowers can excite the brain to accept other ideas and thoughts. Okay. There we go. Activates the brain. Think clearly and respond faster. There we go. We need to have flowers in the workplace as well. An office always looks better with flowers, especially in the waiting room. Cleaner air. A clean air study was conducted in the USA to estimate the importance of plants and flowers being placed indoors. While plants take the higher percentage of cleaning the air off toxic gases, humidity, and noise, the flowers too take a reasonable percentage in purifying the air. They help cleanse the air from harmful toxins and volatile organic compounds from the house interior, allowing you to breathe in fresh, purified air. That's really important. So plants and flowers, get them in your house right away. We need clear air all the time, 100%. Boost mental health. Mental issues have increased in the past decade as people suffer from expression and other cognitive impairment problems. Some of these are associated with a lack of connection to the world, feelings of loneliness and seclusion from community activities. Such conditions need a totem to connect them to nature, the environment, and people. Exposure to flowers can help this situation. They bring a sense of closeness to nature, inviting one to fall free and relax, boost their mental health into accepting the environment. Conclusion: adding flowers to your home is not just for decorative purposes. They boost your mental and emotional health in a great way. The positive attitude, stronger cognitive function, improved self-acceptance and esteem. These are some of the reasons you should take a pot and stack in a beautiful bouquet of poinsettias. Poinsettia. It will go a long way to boosting your health, but you also agree with me, nowadays fresh flowers is quite difficult when you have not any garden. But you also agree with me, nowadays fresh flowers is quite difficult when you don't have a garden. In this case, we prefer fresh flower delivery. Okay, so I'm going back to this part that we read about the invalid. Maybe I'm thinking the person who wrote this, when they're saying invalid, maybe they're saying that somebody who couldn't do anything for themselves will respond to flowers. Maybe not just because they're ill, but they can't do anything. Let's see. Amira Leva, the March 2020. Amira Leva. Okay. Thank you, Amira. It's very, very interesting. Now, let's go to my next article. It's called bestlifeonline.com. Okay. So, some of these are the same, but I want to go through them quickly because it's interesting. Okay. Feeling stressed out? Science says oh no, that doesn't have anything to do with this. Let's try this one. Benefits from adding flowers to your home. Okay, number one, they reduce stress. Okay, we went through that, and they're talking about a study here, so let's see what they have to say. The study cites a recent survey that found 68% of people feel stress on a weekly basis, and another 32% feel stress every single day. Women are especially affected, with 1 in 4 reporting that they feel stressed out multiple times a day. The 2-month study asked 170 women aged 18 to 65 to fill out perceived stress questionnaires at the beginning and end of their 12-day participation, which included 30 statements such as: you feel mentally exhausted, your problems seem to be piling up, you feel discouraged, and you have trouble relaxing, with a 4-point scale ranging from usually to almost never. After 5 days, some were given nothing at all for their participation. Others were rewarded with a luxury candle, and others were given fresh cut flowers. Of the options, the flowers were found to have the most stress relieving impact, and the women that received them experienced a 5.5 reduction in stress based on the questionnaire, as opposed to only 2 points in the other groups. Interesting. I like that. There's something to back that up. Okay, 2, they boost your mood. Okay, we talked about that already. The study The study notes that women who received flowers overwhelmingly reported that they improved their mood. Researchers believe that this is because flowers provide the opportunity for nature contact and established health-promoting environmental exposure. There we go. Researchers believe that this is because flowers provide the opportunity for nature contact and established health-promoting environmental exposure. Great. Let's see. The next one is they bolster your relationship. Research has found that being around flowers increases the level of compassion that they feel for others and are more willing to extend a helping hand to those in need. As such, they tend to enjoy better relationships with others. For more on how to be conscientious, for more on how being conscientious can improve your relationship with your romantic partner. Oh, they're just going on to talk about how to increase your intimate life. I'll just leave it there. 5, they boost your memory. One of the experiments in the aforementioned Rutgers study involved analyzing the effect that flowers had on those aged 55 and above. The fact that flowers boosted the moods of the senior citizens was no surprise. What was unexpected is that they seem to have a positive impact on their episodic memory. The explanation for this comes from another study which theorizes that within human evolution, the flower has emerged as one of a handful of plants that manage to manufacture chemicals. Oh yes, we're finding out the reason why. Manufacture chemicals with the precise molecular key and environmental approach to positive emotion. Flowers needed to unlock the mechanism in our brain governing pleasure, memory, and maybe even transcendence. Which is to say that because flowers are so fragrant and the smells are so strongly linked with memories, flowers have the potential to activate and therefore exercise the parts of your brain associated with memory. Amazing! So this is what I was like wondering from the other article, like how can they prove, like, where does this come from? And here it is. This is the study. Manufacture chemicals with the precise molecular key and environmental. Flower has emerged as one of a handful of plants that manage to manufacture chemicals with the precise molecular key and environmental approach to positive emotion. Flowers needed to unlock the mechanism in our brain governing pleasure, memory, and maybe even transcendence. That's amazing. 6, help you sleep. Lavender, there we go, has long been believed to be a great natural aid to sleep. To test this theory, they asked 31 men and women to sniff lavender essential oil on certain nights in a sleep study and found that when they did, they reported feeling more well-rested and energetic the following morning. I put on lavender just like I have a diffuser, so I put lavender essential oil in it and fill my home up with the smell of lavender because I just love it. It smells so good, and it does make you feel calm down. They actually help you physically heal. One study of 90 patients recovering from a hemorrhoidectomy in a hospital found that patients who were placed in rooms containing flowers had significantly more positive physiological responses evidenced by lower systolic blood pressure and lower ratings of pain, anxiety, and fatigue than patients in the control room. Those who had rooms containing flowers also felt more positively about their rooms and made them feel more cared for, leading to improved recovery rates. Okay, so sometimes people say that flowers are a waste of money. They're not a waste of money. So if you know of somebody who who's in the hospital, if you know somebody that's going through treatment, send flowers, drop off flowers, give flowers. It's worth the investment, and it will lift their spirits just to have them there, just to look at them, just to see that beauty. They are so positive, and they're so pretty. Like you can't not but feel elevated when you're around flowers. Okay, it's like the wind, the Bellagio, one of my favorite hotels in Vegas. When you walk into the Bellagio, the whole like roof of the entrance is like glass flowers, huge glass, and it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. You just have to stop and look, and you go, wow, this is magnificent. Not real flowers, but the lights are like flowers, and it's just beautiful. Okay, and it definitely speaks to what the Bellagio is representing, 100%. Okay, number 8, seriously up your sex appeal. Nowadays, it's fairly rare to see a man carrying flowers to a first date, which is a shame. I agree. A 2010 study found that women rated men in videos as sexier when sitting in a room filled with flowers than in one with empty vases, and they reported feeling more likely to go out with them. In another experiment, the researchers asked an attractive man to request the phone number of 600 women in a shopping mall, and found that asking them in front of a flower shop boosted his success rate by more than 10%, indicating that the mere presence of flowers is enough to make a man seem like a more desirable candidate for romance. This indicates that perhaps bringing flowers to a date is one of those old-fashioned relationship tips that still apply today. Yes, bring flowers and open the door for your lovely lady and put her on the inside when you are walking down the street. I'm teaching my son all of these things. I sometimes see that. These young men walking around, opening the door for their girlfriends or their wives. And it's very impressive. And I've seen a lot of Latino men do that. A lot of them. And I'm just like, wow, like that's awesome. In this day and age, you would have to like ask, mostly either somebody who's super old school or who's being taught. Hopefully, like my son, I'm going to be like, this is. It's just so respectful. And it feels nice when somebody opens the door for you, right? And it feels nice to open the door for somebody. So it works both ways. Okay, that was it. Oh, that was number 8. I'm going to do a recap. Let me hold up. 8, okay. Number 1, reduce stress. Number 2, boost mood. Number 3, oh, we missed this one. It's not just for women, for men too. This study focused entirely on women, which is no surprise, given that women are traditionally seen as the recipients of flowers. But a 2005 Rutgers study found that flowers induced a very positive reaction in both men and women when they were randomly handed out to people in elevators. We suggest that cultivated flowers are rewarding because they have evolved to rapidly induce positive emotion in humans, just as other plants have evolved to induce varying behavioral responses in a wide variety of species, leading to the dispersal or propagation of the plants. Interesting. They evolved to induce varying behavioral responses. That's fascinating, don't you think? I learn as I go. I don't read it before because I want to learn with you and I want to be surprised. I don't want it to be like, something that I've gone over and over again. I want it to be live because this is alive. So what do we know? We know that flowers reduce stress, help with memory, relaxation, elevate your mood, helps with your intimate life, memory. I think I just said that one. So yeah, tomorrow I'd like you to buy somebody a flower or some flowers, or cut some flowers, that are from your garden, and either give them away or put them in your home and see the reaction that you will get. And I know 100% that you will get a positive reaction and enjoy. Sometimes you just got to do it for yourself. Flowers are so important for me to have around. I love yellow too. Yellow, especially now with spring, and so bright. And flowers, the colors of flowers go with different times of the year. So I love that too. All right, so I am thankful for flowers on this Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for? Please share, comment below. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for super fun Forget About a Friday. I am healthy, I'm happy, I'm whole. I am healthy, I'm happy, I'm whole. One more time, please. I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole. Thank you so much for joining me.